welcome to the forecast. With me today, to my right, is Alex. Alex, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey, and also with me back from Themyscira, Garrett, how you doing?
Doing good. Here and reporting for duty.
Did you guys find it? You guys find it in the Bermuda Triangle? Me and Alex thought you went down on the Atlantic.
Basically, I used Corey as hashtag SOS1 as like a life raft to get out of the Bermuda Triangle.
That was we brought that up in the show. You and Corey on an island. Who kills who?
Oh, I killed Corey.
Oh yeah, that's what we said.
We agreed with that.
Yeah,
because his ass is. He's gonna go sleep at 7 p.m. So that way you got a lot of time.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna be like, he's gonna go to sleep, and I'm just like, snicked, dead.
We're talking about.
I could just cook him over the fire, and he'd be asleep, and he'd wake up, but it'd be too late by that point.
Well, welcome back. We're talking. This is Wednesday Comics Forecast. We're going to talk about the books coming out for October 18th, 2017. Let's start with Dark Horse Comics, Department H number 19. Matt Kent, Charlene Kent. This is Department H. Hey, look at that cover. I like it when the cover interferes with the title like that. Looks very nice. Department H and its deep sea base are beyond saving. What's left of the Department H crew is headed towards the surface. Will they make it? I think this thing's picking up steam. I like the new dynamic of them trying to get to the surface. What about you guys?
Yeah, it's intense. Like, we've been underwater this whole time, and like you can kind of feel it's kind of like when you do like a challenge when you're like trying to hold your breath underwater, and you're just like, okay, maybe I'm a little too far away from the surface, and you kind of get that little fucking like fear of like not getting to the surface. That's what I feel in this book right now. Like they're so close, but just can't quite break through the surface. The art has been great lately, so it's really changed from the mystery about the murder, and now it's more about survival. So it's really good. It turned from a mystery to a horror book, I think. Yeah. Sherlock Frankenstein and the Legion of Evil #1. This is the spin-off miniseries of Black Hammer. First issue here. What do you guys think? We got Jeff Lemire, but we have David Rubin. He did 1 or 2 issues of Black Hammer. He's done 2 now. 2? Okay. So this is going to be about, we learn about Lucy, the daughter of Black Hammer, from her time when she found out her dad was Black Hammer until she shows up wherever they are in Black Hammer. This is about that time. Are you guys excited for this? Alex, David Rubin, so we're not going to get our usual artist, but it's going to be nice to fill in because the series is, I guess, over until the next series comes out.
I tell you what, that B cover is pretty awesome. You're
so
right,
good.
I may be getting both covers because they both look so good.
That's Mike Mignola at his best.
I'm pretty excited for this book. I don't know a whole lot what's going to be going on, but I tell you what, anything Black Hammer related, I'm excited for.
I think anything Jeff Lemire, right? Lately?
Honestly, yeah. Jeff Lemire is probably one of my top 5 favorite writers. There's not a thing he writes right now that I'm not impressed with.
Garrett, what do you think? Sherlock Frankenstein. Excited for a spinoff, or are you just waiting for Black Hammer 2?
No, I'm excited for this because it's going to be kind of like, Justice League Dark in the DC universe, and you're going to get kind of that supernatural horror anthology. I guess not anthology; it's still part of continuity. So it'll be kind of cool to see how the Black Hammer universe doesn't necessarily revolve around all those superheroes. Like this will be, I'm sure they'll be included and are involved, but it'll be nice to see how that universe took place before we had all this. This is kind of like, wouldn't you guys say this would be from the side of the universe that didn't disappear? Like basically this is not
it is. Yeah.
Where they're at now. Yeah. So it'll be kind of cool to see that side of the story. I'm sure the end of this maybe leads up to right when Lucy says, I'm heading into this portal or whatever, but
it's 1 of 4 too, so it's not like it's going to be drawn out,
really?
So, yeah, it's only 1
I
of 4.
didn't see that. Wow.
It
nice money-wise.
And then we have...
So long, that's why.
They did announce because Black Hammer's over, they did announce a sequel series that's going to start next year, I believe? Or maybe the year... No, it's next year. But I remember thinking that it was like 8 months away or something like that. So this will fill in 4 months of it, and then I don't know if they got something else planned or if we're going to have a gap in between. But this will be nice when it comes out. DC Comics. Go ahead.
Jeff Lemire is writing this book, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
DC Comics is Aquaman number 29. This is Dan Abnett and Sejic Underworld Part 5. Garrett, you're getting this, right?
Yeah, sure am.
How's Aquaman been with the change of artists and this late in the game? How's it going?
That art is amazing. I still think Dan Abnett's a great writer. It's kind of like turning, so before the new artist, because it kind of had a little reboot in its own series, basically. This kind of feels like more like your Mighty Thor, your big mythology kind of stuff now, as opposed to before it was more like political in nature. I've been loving it. I think the art's amazing. I mean, I wish Sejic was doing more than just Aquaman, but Aquaman looks incredible. Really looking forward to this. I just read issue 28 on my trip, and it was a good issue. Like, it was really, because I was getting worried that Dan Abnett was just going to fill all the panels with just super heavy wording, but this one he actually let Sejic tell the story with some of the art, so I really like when that happens.
If you are interested at all in Justice League, I think, and most people know Flash, they know Wonder Woman, they know Batman and Superman, maybe not Cyborg so much, and Aquaman, but I would say this is a good entry if you want to go back to when it started to get into Aquaman. So Astro City number 48, this is Kurt Busiek, Mike Norton, Alex Ross on the cover. Alex, let me just say this. I know you're not getting this series, and I know you don't want to get more books, but for issue 47 would have been one that made you like cry. Like it was.
I just read it. It was amazing. It was so good.
And that's the thing with. Go ahead.
Well, I say Garrett can attest. I was at the shop that week after it came out, and it was on my docket to get. I was like, you know what? I really do need to be trying to limit my books. Which, of course, then last week I got 5 new books, so fuck that over.
But that might be one you could get as a trade, because like there's no way in Alex Crazy Land you could get every single issue of Astro City. So like at least when this runs over, you could go back and get the trade of the dog storyline.
But I do want to point out,
issues.
Last week I did get Amazing Spider-Man 789. I have no problem not getting the earlier stuff. Who gives a shit?
How'd you like it?
Awesome.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of Deadpool.
Astro City is a series that I think anybody can jump into. You can jump at any point. It's really short arcs and one-issue stories. So I would recommend it. I really like it a lot. Kurt Busiek is one of my favorite writers. Anytime he writes something, it's really great. The only thing I really had an issue with, and just because it's like so in between issues that take so long, is Autumn Lands. I don't know what happened to that book, but it's out there somewhere. But otherwise, Kurt Busiek, one of my favorite writers. Marvel's Secret Identity we talked about, and coming up here, Batman. What's it called? Darkness. When Darkness Falls or something like that. I forget what it's called.
The Drowned?
No. The Kurt Busiek series coming out next month.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Batman 33, talking about Batman. Tom King, Joelle Jones, A Dream of Me Part 1. Following his marriage proposal to Catwoman, Batman leaves Gotham City on a quest of renewal and redemption. As he travels and fights, he encounters members of his family, each disturbed by Batman's journey, each ready to stand in his way, each ready to push back against Batman's stubborn determination to evolve into something better than a superhero. Did you guys read 32?
No, yes. I haven't read it yet.
It was really good. I really like 32 a lot.
Agreed.
It was a really strong ending to that series. I know we talked about it before. What's better, a strong beginning or strong ending? I thought that the Warren Drucker Riddles, the beginning was kind of weak. That end, like from probably the first interlude on, I thought was really strong. And that last issue really, he let Haneen, I guess is his name, tell that story a lot. There's a lot of silent panels, and I thought it was really well. So I'm really excited for this. Joelle Jones is known for Lady Killers, and now she's going to do a Batman book. Tom King, I think, has found how his own voice for Batman instead of trying to copy other people, and I think it's really great. What are you looking forward to this, Garrett?
I'm looking forward to the issue. I'm not looking forward to the story. I kind of hate that in TV, movies, anything, when something huge happens, and then the exposition gets fizzled out with like, well, now I have to go 50 miles away. I got to go 500 miles away to go find myself before we can go any further.
You should read 32, though. So, it makes sense.
Yeah, it probably makes more sense then.
I'd say this. I'm excited for this issue. I agree with you, Marvin, that the end of Jokes and Riddles was great. And you're right, from the first interlude with Kite Man, solid writing, and I agree that King has found his Batman.
Yeah, it's really like the way. Remember, we were talking about War Joke and Riddles. Like, what's the point of this? What did he do that's so bad that he has to tell Catwoman this whole story? And I actually thought at the end, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, what he was like, this is why I'm not the person you thought I was. And then the way it ends makes sense for this story going on. So I'm really excited to see this kind of Batman that's kind of trying to figure out like what makes him Batman and if he really should be a superhero from going. I mean, what happened in the last issue? If he should really go forward and still be the Batman.
Spoil it for me.
Batman the Drowned, #1. This is Dan Abnett we just talked about a second ago, and Philip Tan, Jason Fabok on the cover. How have these tie-ins been, Alex? You looking forward to the Drowned?
You know what? Honestly, this is one of the ones I'm most excited for, and I think a lot of it's because of the fact I don't get Aquaman. I like Aquaman a lot. I just don't get his book. I'm super pumped. I've liked most of these one-shots. I liked Red Death. I loved Dawnbreaker, and I'm forgetting one. Not Murder Machine.
Murder Machine, yeah.
But I love that Flash, and I love that Green Lantern. Those are so good.
Garrett, you looking forward to the Drowned? You were talking about you like Dan Abnett's writing recently, so.
Yeah, absolutely I am. I think I've really liked, it's always the mystery of these one-shots, like not really knowing. I mean, you kind of get a taste of what you're going into, but like when you actually get to the end, you're just like, holy shit, that was just like really fun. Like it's just taking Batman and just going, fuck yeah, basically. So I don't know how I can describe it better than that without like spoiling things, but it's just fun to see how the entire universe kind of converges into creating Batman. It's just fun.
Batwoman #8. This is Margaret Bennett, Fernando Blanco, Fear and Loathing Part 2. Garrett, how's Batwoman been?
Batwoman's been great. I did not read issue 7 though, so this one's in murky waters. But I mean, that issue 6 was it, where it jumped ahead to the future. I was so dead against that, and then like Alex showed me the art, and I'm like, okay, I have to do it. Read it. What a fucking issue! So good.
I'm with this. I'm with Garrett. I am one behind, but 6 was the saving grace for this book because I'd hated the first 5 issues. That arc was just kind of mediocre. 6, oh my gosh, the art was good, and the story that they were building towards was great. So I am excited to read 7 and read 8 back to back.
Green Arrow #33. This is Ben Percy, Jamal Campbell, Trail of Two Cities Part 1. Garrett, how's Green Arrow been?
Green Arrow has been great up until issue 31 that I have not read yet, but I heard through the grapevine it's coming tomorrow. Something.
Hey, Jamal Campbell, has he been on this book before?
I feel like he was early on, but I'm not sure.
Look at that art. It actually doesn't look far from Otto Schmidt's art. Maybe they found somebody who can keep up with them and is a style that they want. Doesn't look too far off.
Yeah, I mean, him and Briera, I think they're the closest to Schmidt you can get.
Green Lanterns #33. This is Tim Seeley's first issue. Carlo Barbera, Matt Santorella. Work release. Being a member of an intergalactic police force in the Justice League isn't easy, but Simon, Baz, and Jessica Cruz face their most dire threats when they return to Earth and are forced to get jobs. Here we go. This is going to be Tim Seeley's first issue. So we've been talking about Sam Humphrey's been doing a good job. Garrett, you think Tim Seeley's going to be able to pick it up and keep it going?
See, that's the thing is I'm just nervous that it's not going to be like, I'm just hoping it's not going to be like filler. I hope they're not doing filler for each other's books, basically, that they might come back someday. I'd rather it, I'm hoping, like, I trust Tim Seeley, like, he's doing awesome on Nightwing. I know that he can write a good book. But I'm always going to go in, like, nervous when it's a new creative team, just because, like, you don't know if it's either going to improve upon the title or if it's absolutely going to, like, just kind of bring it down. So I'm excited but nervous at the same time. I really love this book and this team, and I don't want it to get ruined.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to... I mean, Tim's been good at Nightwing, and Tim was good before. He wrote. I think he's still writing. One of my favorite books, Revival. So I mean, he's a good writer. I would trust him to keep it going. But the only thing is like, is it going to be a different type of book? That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Right.
If I may say one thing, Marvin, I think Revival's done.
Yeah, I think so too. I couldn't remember.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, Tim Seeley's a good writer, so we'll see. It also depends on the art. Like, I really hope that they keep consistent artists on that, because that's only been the one thing that they need to like nail down on that book. Yeah. Injustice 2, number 12, Tom Taylor, Juan Abada, Raz Al Ghul right on the cover, or is it Raish? Raz, Garrett, how's it going?
It's really good. I actually am all caught up on this one, so I'm caught up on this one for once. But man, there's just so much fucked up shit going on in this book. It's DC Universe rated R. Like, it's just, there's some horrifying concepts, like in the last issue, that involves a certain famous butler that we all might know, that I'm just like, man, I just feel bad. But that's what this story's done ever since year one. I mean, it just takes what you know and changes everything you know about the DC Universe. So it's just so much fun.
I'm not gonna bring up just because we don't get it anymore, but I just want to say that Justice League 31 is 3 issues away from it changing to red, so look forward to that.
Finally,
Nightwing number 31. Speaking of Sam Humphries, oh no, this is Tim Seeley. I guess Sam Humphrey gets a break. Tim Seeley, Miguel Mendoza. Raptor's Revenge Part 2, Raptor's Wrath, is rolling through the streets of Bloodhaven, and every ally Nightwing has made is under attack. Have you guys been enjoying this arc, Alex?
Am I one issue behind? Because I thought that the last issue was, the Gotham Resistance.
Yeah, you're one behind. You must have not read 30 yet.
The one before that was Raptor's Revenge, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know.
Okay. But I mean,
I'm excited. I'm excited. I like that first arc with Raptor. I like him a lot.
I like Raptor a lot too. Yeah.
To know that he's coming back with vengeance. Way to go, Simon Gruber.
I don't know if I like that I don't like that he's teaming up with the big whatever his face is though.
Blockbuster?
Yeah, Blockbuster. That's kind of like
2v1.
What?
Super Sons number 9. This is Peter J. Tomasi, Jorge Jimenez, Planet of the Capes Part 4. How's Super Sons been going? I jumped off this a little bit ago, but Garrett, you
that art is so good. Sorry.
Okay.
It is so good. If it wasn't for Jorge Jimenez, like I could have dropped off this book. Probably wouldn't have anyways, but that art of his is just so amazing, especially when you give him room to breathe and like tell the story by the art. It's a hell of a book.
I tell you what, issue 8 was kind of wordy for me, and it's not that I can't read, and it's not that I don't like being told what the story is. But issue 8 was kind of wordy, but I agree with Garrett that I would easily jump this book if he was not on this art, because this art is so good.
Yeah.
Superman number 33 is Peter J. Tomasi, Patrick Gleason, Doug Mankey, and Jaime Mendoza on the art. Imperial Lex Part 1. It's a Game of Thrones on Apocalypse as the Lord of the Dreaded World battle each other to claim its rule. This looks like, I'm guessing. I'm gonna put it out there. This has all the recipes for being one of Garrett's favorite issues. Garrett, are you excited for this?
Hell yeah, I am. It's funny that Superman's the only thing I'm caught up on everything. But
wow, that surprises me.
But yeah, this is going to be awesome. I mean, getting this on the offsetting weeks of the Oz effect, I'm just like, couldn't be happier. Too good.
Did you guys still get Titans?
Yep.
Number 16, nope. Dan Abnett, Brad Booth, Death Race, Garrett. Titans, how's it been going?
I haven't read the Gotham Resistance issue, but I know those are all like one-shots, basically, along the Gotham Resistance storyline.
I don't think Titans had one.
Yeah, it did.
I don't think so.
Maybe it was Teen Titans.
Teen Titans has one.
Teen Titans.
Okay, then maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Well, the last issue of Titans I thought was really good. It basically is this a new arc? Now I'm confused. It could be. I'm not sure. Because the last issue of the last arc I was reading, it's with Nightwing going against all the Titans. So if that's still part of this, then I'm excited. Even though it's Brett Booth. I know you guys hate Brett Booth. But.
See, when he said Brett Booth, I was like, holy shit, I don't think I could do this book. He's on it too often for me to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not like I look at his art and be like, wow, how does he get work? I look at his art and it's just not for me. Like the way he draws faces and the way like things don't look like they're symmetrical. And it's just like, I don't know. It just looks weird.
For me, it's all face.
It's all face, yeah. Trinity 14, this is Rob Williams and Kenneth Marion, Ray McCarthy, Dark Destiny Part 3. I am skipping this arc, but you guys are still on it. How's it going?
We dropped it.
Oh, you did too? Okay.
F that.
Well,
once Manipul comes back, I'll jump back on.
How did you get something?
Spend $4.
Yeah, I know. It's something that we're like, God, this is so good, and then they keep interrupting it. Is Manipul really that slow? If he is, like, why give him writing, art, like everything? You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, or do it, but give him a quarterly book then.
He really should. That should be a quarterly book. I would enjoy it.
They'll never bring back quarterly books ever.
If any book, though, it's going to be that book. You know what I mean? Like that's 3 characters you can sell no matter when it comes out. And Francis Manipul will sell.
A quarterly book, make it every 4 months it comes out. That way it's a Trinity book.
Hey, that's pretty good.
3 issues a year.
Oh, wild! Hey, pitch
which wouldn't be quarterly then.
No, I know. That's why. Sorry, I don't know what the triple.
Wildstorm number 8.
Triple year.
This is Warren Ellis, John Davis Hunt. Wildstorm, one of my favorite series coming out now. I'm really looking forward to this. Alex, what do you think?
Holy shit! I'm so excited to read this book. I need to still read that first issue of Cray. But Wildstorm has been aces across the board.
It has been really solid for something that I thought I would start and get disinterested in within like the first few issues. It's really kept up the pace. I mean, each issue ends and the next issue begins like 2 seconds later, basically. It's like between panels is what happens. And it really, that keeps the pace going. It really feels like there's a lot going on in this book. Gary, you still with this?
Oh, yeah. 100% on board. I read, I think, the last couple issues before this in a row. And I think this one definitely reads better as more you can get, because you're right. It's just the next page is the next panel, basically, or the first page of the next issue. So, yeah, it's fun to see what's going to happen next every issue. I can't believe we're already like a third of the way through. That's crazy.
Gail Simone, Matt Ryan, Aaron Lopresti. This is Wonder Woman Conan number 2. Alex, how's it been going? Issue 1.
Well, that first issue was awesome, but I forgot how much I love Gail Simone's writing, and that art is so good. There's not a whole lot to say other than the fact that Conan and Wonder Woman have met. But Wonder Woman's not actually Diana, she's some other young woman that Conan had met before. I'm excited to see where they go, because now they're supposed to duke it out. Winner takes all.
Here you go.
If that happens.
IDW Publishing. Something I just noticed. If anybody's looking for a new book to try out, Peter Milligan, Tess Fowler, both great artists. Kid Lobotomy Part number 1 is coming out tomorrow. Looks like it's supposed to be kind of like a humor book, satire. So if you want to get that book, there you go. Looks like actually those are 2 good people, good comic book writers and artists. So can't be bad. Possibly. Star Wars Adventures number 3. There you go. If you're looking for to pick up something Star Wars related, as we said last week, Star Wars. Everybody loves it. Landry Walker,
related but not canon.
Eric Jones. Hey, not everything's gonna be canon. This is the last week also.
Doesn't matter.
TMNT Universe number 15. That is Eric Burnham, Sophie Campbell, Alex. How's the universe been going?
Dude, I tell you what, this last 3 issues, this being the 4th, has been so good. I know, Garrett, what you're thinking. No turtles. That's
I wasn't even going to say it, but you read my mind.
Well, that's not main storyline, at least, but the turtles aren't in it, which is the whole point, is that it's everybody else other than them. So it's Karai, Bludgeon, and Koya are in Japan, which I know that means shit to most people. I'm so excited for this book. It's been so good. Like, it used to be one shots. Now they're doing like this little arc, and it sounds like this one's supposed to be the last universe, I think.
Sophie Campbell, I follow her on Twitter. She's fun to follow on Twitter, and she's a good artist. Eric Burnham, friend of SuperCon. He was at SuperCon last year, so check out these books. TMNT Universe, number 15. Image Comics. Here we go. Image Comics. Descender, number 25. This is that Jeff Lemire we were talking about. That guy. Dustin Nguyen, Rise of the Robots, Part 4. How's right? First off, like I said, I'm taking a sabbatical on this series. I'll catch up. But
never gonna happen.
That cover is so beautiful. Like, I want to get that issue just to hang that in the office here. But Garrett, how's Descender been?
It's been great, and that cover, I agree with you 100%, Marvin. That's such a nice cover. This story's been awesome. Like, I don't know, I get that it's an event. I don't know if you necessarily needed to call it an event, but there's a lot of things coming to a head in the story. A lot of intense, game-changing things. But this is one book that's consistently been great for me, except for like the 6 issues where it was like one shots in the same moment, kind of weird thing. But it's been great.
You know what? In hindsight, I do kind of like those issues, though. It did lend you more background to each of these characters, so that you had more of a connection to them. So if something were to happen, at least there's some kind of, that kind of hurts my heart.
I just always hated that Tim 22 was always taking a step on the last page. I was like, okay, we get it.
Generation Gone, number 4. This is Alice Cott. I also want to say Alex because of you. Andre Ronho. How's Escalation? That's all it says. Generation Gone. How's it been going?
Good.
Amazing. Except I'm worried this book's going to be like 20 pages because the last one felt like it was like 25.
Well, issue 1 was what, extra large?
Yeah.
And 2 and 3 have progressively gotten smaller in issue size. So
yeah.
I don't know if it's by choice or if it's like, I got to rush this book out. Trust me, take your time. Give me what we deserve.
I'm surprised Alex hasn't even made it to 4 issues in them, like without being delayed or anything. So, but I'm worried when the end of this first arc comes, they're going to be like, "See you in 3 years," and it never happens. But this book's been so incredible. Art's been great. Story concept has been really fun. I think it's taking what you would think of like a team of kids getting powers and kind of really twisting it. So anybody could read this, but I'm still surprised you don't get this, Marvin. Like, I think you would love this book.
I'll catch up with the Descender, and then I'll put this below it.
Okay.
Horizon number 15. This is Brandon Thomas, Juan Gideon, Garrett. Horizon, how's it been?
Horizon's been solid. I've loved it since issue 1. I've loved the art, the story. It's just taking your alien invasion story and flipping it on itself. So, if you like heavy action, if you like, a little bit of, there's slight politics obviously going on. It's 2 different races. But if you like espionage, it's just taking the human aspect out of it. It's just aliens for the most part. So, but there's like a cool girl that has like a freaking huge giant like Mongol arm that can beat the shit out of people. Just got crazy cool things that you would never expect to see. So, love it.
Kill or Be Killed, number 13. This is Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, Elizabeth Breweister on the colors. This thing has been on a freight train, this arc. I'm looking forward to this one. Alex, what do you think?
I totally agree. They had a weird arc back then, and they, since at least issue 10 or 11, have been rolling with steam. It is so good. They're back on track, and I can't wait to be on this train.
I agree. I mean, I get excited for this book. I even think about it like in the middle of the day sometimes. Like, I'll just think of like random things, and this will come up in my head. I'm like, God, that book is so good.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll watch something on TV, crime related, and in my mind I'll go to Kill or Be Killed. I'll be like, oh yeah, Kill or Be Killed. A new image number 1 tomorrow. My show's number 1. So if you want to check that out, that'll be a new image number 1. You can check that out. Looks pretty good. The cover. Dave Stewart on colors. Can't go wrong with colors.
Also, that's why they're taking a break.
I don't think so. What else do we have here? Shirtless Bear Fighter 5 of 5. The conclusion of Mr.
Hey, you skipped the realm.
What? What's that?
The realm.
I don't even know what that is. You get that book, Realm?
Me and Alex do.
Seth Peck?
Both do.
I don't get this book.
Yeah.
How's the book? How's Realm going then?
Awesome.
I love the first issue. It was so badass. Like,
First issue kind of reminded me of Last of Us.
I don't get that reference because
What?
I haven't played that. I have an Xbox like normal people.
Whoa.
Like
Missing out
nobody.
on one of the best games.
Nobody has an Xbox this generation.
Whoa. Why are you talking
Burn,
Xbox so
bitch.
slow? What is a PlayStationary number 4? But yeah, Realm is like an apocalypse wasteland with aliens, monsters, and cool shit. So, and the protagonist is, we shouldn't spoil it, but he's something cool too. That I think what we got burned on by an Alice Cott book, we might be making up for in this one. So,
Yep.
That Shirtless Bear Fighter we were talking about, 505. Jordi Laheep, Sebastian Gardner, Neil Vendrell, miniseries finale. This is it, the heart-stopping conclusion to the greatest comic saga of our time. It's Shirtless versus Brother Bear in a bare-chested, bare-knuckle fight to the death. Being the angriest man alive has gotten Shirtless so far, but can it take him all the way? Alex, what do you think of the Bear Fighter?
You know, I still hold that issue 1 was my favorite. I literally laughed out loud. 2 was good. 3 and 4 were they were fine. I'm hoping 5 ends on an amazing note, and I hope that this battle between Shirtless and Brother Bear is just balls to the wall crazy.
it's good. But I think the joke is just running out by issue 3 and 4. Like, I think it's like, okay, you put a lot of creative effort in the first 2 issues. Now we're in the universe, and like, you guys still make this interesting, and it's starting to lose its smoke a little bit.
Agreed.
I'm excited for this issue because that means the trade should be on its way shortly, which should mean that it should be on Hoopla shortly so I can read it. So,
Here you go.
we'll see how it goes. Marvel Comics Legacy. Here we go. Hey, if you want to read a Black Panther prelude, it's coming out before that movie. Those preludes are always important. No, they're not. I've never met anybody that said, hey, I read that prelude. There's some good information in here.
You should read this shit.
Deadpool versus Old Man Logan, 1 of 5. This is Declan Shelby, Mike Henderson. Alex, what do you think? Deadpool versus Old Man Logan, 2 of your favorite characters in a book together versus... Is that enough to make you get it?
You know, in all honesty, I looked at this cover going, God, it could be really good. And then I also go, God, it could be really stupid. And not like stupid funny, just stupid.
I saw the first 4 panels, I believe. It might just be the first page. Actually made me laugh. But I don't know, like, that was good for me. That was like, the Sunday comic strips. It was funny like that because it was 4 panels. And I don't know, like, if I could read a whole book about that, but like at least the beginning was good. Nice opening. That's what I thought.
I think my concern would be that obviously neither of these two are going to kill each other. Yes, they're going to obliterate and make a bloody mess.
Yeah,
no one's going to die, and it's not that I need stakes in this book, but they're going to team up with they're going to team up together to kill somebody else. It's like, really, just why?
Alex, I can confirm. Because those first 4 panels I was talking about, it is them like getting a car thrown at them, a tank, and then an airplane. And the joke is that they survive all 3 of them. So like, yeah, that's what it's going to be about them seeing how much shit they can throw at each other and still be alive. That's what it's going to be.
Who's throwing these things at them?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Because neither of them can chuck a car.
It just says they made somebody mad or something like that.
This makes me mad. This is stupid.
Incredible.
The next book.
Incredible Hulk 709. This is Greg Pak, Land, Return to Planet Hulk Part 1. Garrett, you going to get on this Hulk train or are you going to not get on the Hulk train?
No, I just don't find Amadeus Cho compelling as a Hulk.
Hey, it's Bruce Banner too.
Says what?
As the totally awesome Hulk, he's been trying to avert the curse of anger that haunted Bruce Banner, but Scar is a place for warriors and gladiators, a place where the Hulk fought brutally in the Imperial arena. Who is calling Cho for help?
Doesn't say that Bruce Banner's in this book.
He's been gone forever. Where is he? He's on this island. On this planet.
I think this would be the introduction to bring Bruce back, though.
I am pretty sure he'll come back in this. I mean, it's legacy.
I can't stand Amadeus Cho as the Hulk. Ugh.
I think, Garrett, you know what? Last week you talked me into getting Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those books you need to just give this issue a try. If you hate it, then be done with it.
I love that cover, though. That cover looks
But I think if Bruce showed up in this, I think you're going to be pissed that you didn't get it.
That's true. And I'm getting the next one that's on the list,
The Invisible... Invisible. Whoa, that'd be pretty sweet. Invincible Iron Man 593. This is Brian McCobennis. Stefano Castelli. The Search for Tony Stark, Part 1. He's been gone for less than a year, but let's go find him. Garrett, you said you're getting this one?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a try. Because I like that it's not going to be totally like Invincible Iron Man. Like, I think I like Ironheart, but I really like Infamous Iron Man, so it'll be nice to have them kind of mushed into one comic instead of it all being about one or the other. Because I really just want Tony Stark back. I mean, that's all I want. But in the meantime, I can deal with them all being in a mesh storyline.
Let's make a deal. We're going to be trying different legacy series. You try Hulk and Iron Man. Alex, you're trying Spider-Man. I'll try Captain America.
Fuck you. We're all getting Captain America.
Hey, Marvin, you try Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, number 166. This is David Walker. And Gerbo Sana Cage, Part 1. Here's the thing about this book. I did look at this when Garrett was talking about Iron Man. And I thought about it for a second. And then I was like, I really like Cage, but I liked him when he was like on the New Avengers, when he was on Thunderbolts. I don't know if I can read a full book just about Cage. Because I tried the Power Man and Iron Fist. And that was like, that was okay. And that's David Walker. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll look through it. I won't get it. Mighty Thor, number 700. This is Jason Aaron, Walter Simonson, Olivier Coppel, Chris Burnham, James Heron, also Russell Dodderman, Death of Mighty Thor, Part 1.
I tell you what you just read, all those artists really turned me off from not wanting to get this book.
$5.99. What does that say to you also?
Jesus.
This is, we knew 700 is, I mean, Spider-Man's creeping up on what issue? 800 or 900?
800.
800. Like all these milestones, they're going to be more expensive and they're going to do all this thing. The only thing with this is all those artists, yes, great. But I don't need a bigger issue with filler stuff that is not pertaining to the story, or even
it's going to be like an annual,
or it's going to be like reprints of old stuff. I don't need that. Like, just give me the issue. I don't understand why we got to make it make it bigger. I'll pay for $6 of new content. I don't understand why it's $6 of 22 pages of new content and then 30 or sometimes even more of like reprints and stuff. I don't really need it.
Yeah,
we'll see though. I'm looking forward to this actually. I really liked Mighty Thor recently, so we'll see.
This is my deciding issue. This is either chopped or staying, so we'll see.
Chopped or staying. This is going to decide it. That's it, because nobody else is getting X-Men Gold and Venom, right? Except for Guess 1. Guess
No, I'm getting Venom, but only for the fact that Kraven the Hunter's in it.
Oh, right in the cover.
Kraven's hunting these dinosaur people who live under New York, I guess.
That's enough for you to get a book, Kraven the Hunter. He is your number one villain.
Of course. I told Guest Host 1, that's the only reason I'm getting this book. Once the Kraven run is done, I'm getting off the book.
Did you get the last issue?
Yes.
And you read it?
I read it, but Kraven's only in the last page.
Oh, okay. So you zoned out.
So I did. Actually, I read it like, oh, okay, whatever. Hey, Kraven's in this book. All right, let's do this. So,
Animosity 10. This is Margaret Bennett's Bialo. How do you say that name? Rafael de la Torre. The first issue of a new arc. Wait a second. Here, let me ask you a question. Can I just jump in on this? You think? First issue of a new arc?
I didn't think this was the end. I didn't think this was the beginning of the new arc.
That's what it says. First line.
For some reason, I thought there's at least one more issue that had to happen, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I mean, you could. I mean, it's not going to be difficult to understand what's going on. It's just like the girl and her dog relationship, you might not really get on a super, like, you might not get it all the way complete, but you'll still get that they love each other, so.
Marvin, dog is man's best friend. Man is this girl. He loves her. They're besties.
You know what, actually? Let me do this. Animosity Evolution #1. This is Margaret Bennett. Eric Gapster. It's a new series. It's a new ongoing. It's in addition to the Animosity series. This is about basically the animals rising up. Rise up! This is about them taking over. Do you think I could just read this?
Actually, that's incorrect.
What's up?
Animosity The Rise is about them rising up.
That's what it says here.
Animosity Evolution is about spoilers from the last issue's cliffhanger.
One day the animals woke up, they started thinking, they started talking revenge. Now they started building. In the city by the sea, a new power is on the rise. And they're making an animal kingdom all their own.
Yeah, yes, it makes it seem like what you said. It's hard. I can't say it without spoiling things, so.
Yes, it is what I said. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not.
Well, it seems like it is.
What the description is, it's keeping it spoiler free so that when you jump on, I can't say anything.
Marvin, I think you probably could, if you wanted to
You
get a new book
you could
tomorrow
definitely
with us,
jump on.
you can do Evolution #1.
Okay.
And then ask us on Thursday, going, guys, I didn't understand what the hell was going on. Then we'll tell you.
Exactly.
Hey, Garrett.
Yeah.
Go. Power Rangers. This is Ryan Perrott, Miguel Mercado, Dan Moore on the cover. Oh, no, also on the art. Excuse me. How's Go Power Rangers been going?
I loved issue 1 and 2. Shit, how's it taking me forever to get to this book?
It's way down there.
Jesus.
You know what the best thing about this book is the Mora art.
Absolutely, it is.
The writing's it's hit or miss. Some of the things
I
are really
think
good.
The writing's good. I like that it's going beyond the characters as just Power Rangers. Like, we actually get to know them as who they actually are as people, or like even teenagers, you know? So that's kind of cool, because it's like uncharted territory. It's like, we know who these characters are on the surface. Like, they're the jock, the hot girl, the nerd, the outcast, all that. But this one actually explains how they became what they are, sort of thing.
It does. It shows their relationships with each other, like Trini and Jason, or whoever Kimberly's dating at this point in time.
Hey, what happened to all that hype for that movie went away? Like, what happened? There's no sequel news, nothing?
Well, I guess it didn't make a lot of money internationally, which sucks, because domestically it made a killing. So.
And when it came out for home release, like, there was no hype around that either. Like, I didn't even know. Is it out yet? What happened?
Yeah, it's out.
It is? Okay.
It's out on Blu-ray, yeah. I know. They had more promotion around the movie than they did the actual DVD release.
They kind of, like you said, maybe to make that much money, and they gave up on it. I hope not. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't like most amazing movie I've seen in my whole life, but it wasn't. It was a fun movie. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I think the sad thing is that the industry spends more money on movies that are garbage, Transformers, and not on movies that actually were well told. Yeah. This is still one of those movies that I'm sure when I watch it again, I'm going to go, holy shit, this movie is so good.
It was. It was a surprise. Like, I was so worried, and then after I was like, go Power Rangers!
And then we stopped talking to you.
Alex, speaking of good, what book are you looking forward to? What do you think is going to be good this week?
Oof. I don't even know what the right answer is to this. There's some good stuff coming out tomorrow.
There's potential this week.
I don't even know where I would lean towards.
Well, take a second. Take a second to breathe here. Let me tell you, I'm looking forward to Kill or Be Killed. Like, when I was putting together my list to see what I'm getting tomorrow, that was the one I saw and was like, yes, I want to read this book so bad. So that's my pick for this week. Now, Alex?
In all honesty, probably Batman 33.
Batman 33. Yeah, I really like the end of that. Like I said, man, you got to go. Like, the way we were not really trashing, but like we really didn't enjoy the beginning of that. It really ended strong. Like I think Garrett, you're the one who said a stronger ending is better than a stronger beginning. I think you're right.
Yep, definitely is.
I think so. Like that really sold the whole thing on for me. What are you looking forward to, Garrett?
I'm looking forward to Generation Gone #4. Even though I've been disappointed in like length of each comic, like whatever, that's just my tendency. But I still have been loving the story. I love the art. I'm excited to see where that story goes next.
Make sure to tell a friend who's never read a comic, say, hey, tomorrow's Wednesday, new comics are out. If you want to jump on, introduce them into the world of comics. Alex, how's the weather going to be when they're going to be strolling to the comic shop tomorrow?
Oh, I tell you what, that weather is going to be beautiful. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be nice, maybe a little crisp. But guess what? It's fall, motherfuckers. Enjoy it.
What did Sam Jackson also came in and did weather? Garrett, how's the roads been? You just were on the road.
Yeah.
You know about roads.
Well, I know about those roads. And it seems like it's going to be Nashville busy tomorrow with all these good books coming out. If I was in Nashville, I literally got 30 miles away from my destination, and it took an extra hour to actually get there because of how much traffic there was. So it's going to be a busy day. There's a lot of great books. I'd get there early. Otherwise, your books might be gone.
Garrett, it's a shame you didn't listen to the show last week yet because I did say something that you'll find sacrilege. Speaking of roads, especially Guest House 1, he probably would murder me in my sleep. But I fell asleep after him, so. I said Back to the Future. I don't care if they remake it. Go ahead and do it.
What?
And for Wednesday Comics, I've been Marvin.
Wow. I've been Alex.
I'm grabbing my gun and going to Marvin's. I'm Garrett.
Hey, everyone. Stay warm and keep reading those books.